and scene. No, and cut and action. We are going to be going through my prop boxes today. I have several boxes, some of which have not been touched, checked on, repot, like nothing for several months now. My newer one more recently, but it actually still needs attention. So one of them up here on my cabinet, I have my oldest one here, and I feel like a variation of this box came with me from Pennsylvania. So some of these plants are that old and it's actually quite dusty. And then another one here as well. This one not too long after this one. Probably I've had this prop box, I want to say like a year. Like I made this soon after moving here, and I did take several plants out for a trade months back, but they need to go. And I don't think that I'm gonna be like keeping everything in these prop boxes, just because I just redid my cabinet. I just cleaned it out. And if you guys saw the that major tiny plant repot that I did that was really long, the story time, a lot of those plants came from this cabinet, and so now it like looks nice again. So I'm not trying to refill it back, but we'll see what we got. I have another one here on my TV stand to the right because there was nowhere else to put it. And so again, lots of things in here. I see things vining. We have things vining inside of this container. That's one. And my most recent one, let's be careful, is this little guy here. Even though this is literally only, I want to say not even 2 weeks old, I got things going on in here that I need to take out. So I don't want what happened with these to happen with this one. So let's do something about these today. Okay, so we're about to get up close and personal with this, and I took a peek and bruh, it's ridiculous. I'm gonna bring you guys in close so you can just see the wildness that is these prop boxes. Again, the first one, the big one that I showed you, is probably gonna be the worst because it's been the longest. So let me let y'all see what's going on. Okay, so here's the first one. Probably the most grossest. At first glance, you know, looks fine, like your average prop box. But then I saw this thing, and I know exactly which plant it is. I shouldn't know, but I know exactly which, what do you decompose? I'm gonna say decapitated, but it doesn't have a head. The most decomposed stick, nub, stub, whatever I've ever seen. This annoying thing, and actually what's wild, oh no, that's a different plant. Okay, I don't even want to touch it. Where's my garbage bag? So this thing was a, I'm just making sure there's no crawlies on here. Surprisingly, there's no creepy crawlies. That's interesting. This was a fricatum. This plant was a true pain in the butt from the moment I got it. It just wanted to die all the time. And so I thought, okay, I literally had to put it in the double bin situation, like how I do with my imports, with a humidifier. So, you know, when you have a double bin, or when you have a bin or lid like this, it creates its own humidity. You put water in the substrate, it evaporates, condensates, precipitates, it causes a water cycle. You don't have to add moisture. This couldn't even survive with that normal humidity in a closed bin. I had to actually put the humidifier in the bin. It was ridiculous. And I was tired of it. I was done with it. So I said, forget this thing. I'm throwing you in the prop box. And I think at one point it did produce a leaf, but I was like, I'm still not dealing with you. So that was a philodendron fricatum, which I really actually liked that plant. It had a really nice leaf texture and shape and everything. If I can find a picture of it, I will put it up on the screen. Now, to figure out what the rest of these things are is going to be another thing. Some of these are splendids. One may be a majestic, I think. So like these little things, I'm honestly probably not going to keep these. I really am sorry if you're offended by me throwing away these plants, but I have most of these I already have plants of. Like if there was, and I threw it in here like to save it in case what I did have didn't make it. And so in most cases I've either bought another one or it survived, and so I didn't need these. Now these could have grown a lot bigger and better if I had given this prop box more light, but as you can see where it was living on the top of my cabinet, which didn't have much light compared to, and it had a blue lid. It's transparent, but it was blue. Compared to this one, you'll see was way younger than this one. Like this prop box is way older than this one here, but it was under light, so you can see that it has a lot of vines in there and a lot larger leaves because it was getting more light. So this one was kind of like, I don't want to say a throwaway. It was at a time when I was just not willing to throw away plants, and I just felt like you can always keep a note in case, you know, just in case. But I can't tell you which plant this is, so for me it's like, why are we here? I can't tell what it is. And yeah, this to me looks like it's either a majestic or a splendid. I'm leaning towards majestic because of the gray spottedness, whereas the, what was I saying? I said majestic or what now? Did I say glorious? Splendid. I said splendid. Okay, that's what that's what I was thinking in my head, but I didn't know if that was actually what came out of my mouth. Yes, I do think that this is a oh my God, what's wrong with me? Majestic. Because of the spottedness, but I'm not sure. This I'm a little more inclined to keep, a little bit more, but I have a majestic and a splendid that are growing well, and if I needed to chop and save, I could. Now I really wish, and which probably would have been better actually now that I'm looking at it. Okay, so now this leaf looks more like a splendid because of the dark kind of areas around the pillowy parts, but then the babier one looks, it could be, no, it's the same plant. Okay, I'm like, is this two different plants? And you see how it kind of has a little bit almost reddish tone in this one. I think that this is either a splendid or a majestic. The point is that I have both plants and they're doing well, and if I needed to like cut it to save it, I could. So I don't need this. I really do wish though that, okay, I just can't bring myself to throw this away. I think I'm gonna pot this up. There is no trades, like trade events or plant swap events that I know coming up anytime soon, but, and every time there was, I was always away, so I never got to go. But this would have been the perfect time to, you know, do this, but I didn't want to wait. No, that's not true. The truth is that I intended to record an entirely different video today. However, life had other answers for me. My schedule didn't align the way that I thought it would. So, and actually, I guess I was just being lazy because I just refused to go back out the house. Is anyone else like that? If you go out the house and do things, once you come home, that's it. Like, I'm not going back out the house. And so I ended up being outside the house when I didn't think I was going to be outside the house, and I didn't have my equipment to record. Otherwise I would have just went. So all that to say, that's why we're recording this prop box video at not a good time. I forgot what my train of thought was with that. Okay, part of me wants to keep one of these, just one part of it, maybe not the whole thing, because it's cute. Literally just because it's cute. And we're gonna say this is a maybe, because if I have other stuff that needs the pots and I don't have enough pots, then this will be like, we're not doing that. This enjoy is interesting because I have two enjoys. Like, I literally have two enjoys, but I don't like either of them. This is the only one that I like. The leaves on the other enjoys look more like, the white part looks more cream, kind of towards the yellowish side. And I just couldn't grow it well for some reason. It kept dying on me. I think I got this as like a Wish Wednesday. And now look at it, it looks so good. I think I'm gonna keep this one for sure, because this is really cute. Even though I have two other enjoys, I actually really like the white and green combo on this one compared to the other ones that I have. So I'll keep that one. And I think this is a part of, this kind of looks like a Milano or a Glorious. My glorious, I never chopped my glorious, so maybe this is a Milano Resplendent. Either way, I'm not inclined to keep it. So I think we're gonna throw this out. So that's a lot. There's kind of some decent moss in here. Oh, look, there's another one. Oh, this is a Brazil. Hi. I have so much Brazil. Like, I have so much Brazil. And I feel like this isn't even a decent cutting that I would give someone. How did I end up with just this little piece of Brazil? I don't know. I think I might keep this moss. I could use, look at this, another dead note. Let's thoroughly check this time. Is there anything else left in here? Part of another Brazil. And I think that's it. Oh, look. We're just gonna keep finding stuff in here. Yeah, we are. We're gonna keep finding. I'm sifting through this because I'm thinking I want to keep this moss. Even though it's kind of filled with dead root matter. I feel like that's gonna feed something, that's gonna produce something, that's gonna be recycled into something for this plant. There's like a bed of perlite down here. Yeah, I'll keep this. Because if anything, I can mix this into my soil mixes that I'm gonna be using for my plant wall. I'm gonna ban myself from referring to this plant wall until I actually put it together, which reminds me, I think today's a good day to sit down with my mom and get everything ordered. She's in a decorating mood lately. All right, first prop box down. We have two things so far that we're gonna try to keep. And I think I need to get these in something relatively quickly so that they don't dry out. This will be fine for this. This is so cute. I'm glad I decided to keep this because I was kind of hesitant. So because this doesn't have a ton of roots, I'm going to put it into chunky perlite. That was kind of the other issue I was coming across. Like, do I want to do this? Because I don't have any pond. And usually for small plants, I put small plants in pond. But I'm not expecting these roots to do anything, but I'm going to leave them for now. So this chunky perlite is very different. The chunky perlite I love is just nowhere to be found anymore on Instagram, oh my God, on Amazon. And so this was the next best thing. They called this course number 3. The size is great. I do like the size. The texture of it is very different. And it's kind of changing because before it was a lot smoother when I first bought it, and now it's a little more coarse. And it already kind of had these stains on it, so it's strange. This, I don't think I need to put, I think I'm actually gonna put this in leca. I have an enjoy in soil, which I would have liked, which I would like to put on my plant wall. So this one I think I'm gonna put in leca and keep it in my room. This is not ideal, I know, but it's what we have. Maybe I should pull this off. Okay, that's better. That makes more sense. The thing about leca is that because the leca balls are larger and they just have a lot more air space through them, it's just really easy for them to dry out. Very, very easy. Like the top will completely dry out even if there's water at the bottom and the plant could still die. So that's the thing. All right, first prop box down. Let's see what else we got going on. Next, oldest one is this one here. I have no idea. I don't recall. I don't know. Yeah. Nasty. It's squishy. I'm really surprised that I don't see things crawling around. Who knows what this was? Gone. Again. Oh. That felt disgusting. So just from looking at this, you'd say, oh, this node is thriving. And then you touch it and you're like, bleh, because it's completely hollow. So where is it growing from? Oh, okay. It's growing from here. Yeah, we're not keeping this. This looks very similar to, no, it looks a little different. I think this is a splendid. What's this then? I don't know. I don't recall. I don't recall. This is very much still alive. And because of that, I think we're gonna keep it and put it in another prop box. And in case you are new to prop boxes, I should probably explain the setup of these briefly, because I feel like a lot of you guys are not new to it. But my favorite, if you can't tell, is perlite. It is my favorite substrate to propagate in. In terms of boxes, I do use regular size perlite and not chunky perlite, just because when the particles are larger, it just dries out faster. And when you have a prop box, you do want moisture to be held in there. So that is why I used regular sized perlite. You can do the same substrate, like you can do any substrate, I should say, but you can use the same substrate that you might plant the plant in. I've seen some do it with mini leca. I think I have seen people do it with regular sized leca, like the previous one, moss. I've tried fluval. Fluval works as well. And yeah, but perlite is just my favorite. I think we're gonna let go of this one as well, and all of this perlite. That's annoying. And again, I feel like this is not really an ideal prop box just because it's green and the lid is not transparent. So in the future, I probably won't use this for that. I probably can use this on my supply shelf to just organize a bunch of little ins and outs. So it's probably what I'm going to use this for in the future. Next, we gotta put this in something. The next oldest is this guy. This is kind of the one of the next wildest ones after that first one. There's a lot going on in here, and it's vining. We're vining, but this one was, kept on my shelf under the light. So this got a lot of light compared, to the others. Oh, okay. There's stuff crawling. God, I knew that was coming. Okay, there's a lot of dead stuff in here and a lot of live stuff at the same time. Okay. What can I use to pick this up? What is this? Okay, I'm trying to think for a hot second as to what I think it might be. Oh, that's coming from this. This entire vine is coming from this black chunk. Okay. Look how thick it got in here. That's low-key unusual for how thick this got from being in here, and I think it's purely just because this had a lot more light. So is this chunk dead or not? I don't want to touch it. This is for sure dead, but look. Oh wait, no, okay, I thought that was a growth point. I'm gonna squish it. Oh yeah, it's dead. Okay, it's hollow. This goes, oh, it's not, it's hollow. Okay, I wish I knew what they were. I'm thinking, oh, can you see all the bugs? Okay, this is what we're gonna do with this one. We don't need this chunk. These scissors are so thick. Okay, there we go. What are you? And it's a big chunk. I'm gonna keep it because I don't remember what it is. I chopped it off of something. Oh, I do remember I chopped the bottom of like either my Genevivianum or something like it. We're for sure gonna keep this anyways because of how big it is. What it is, we don't know. Now there's another little leaf coming off here. Dang. Y'all let me know in the comments below, what do y'all think these little, if y'all have any guesses on what you think these are. I do remember my Genevivianum being like extremely long and being like, oh, let me chop the bottom. But what do we think this is? It has bugs on it. Okay. Oh, and this part's rotted. Okay. I was gonna keep it, but I mean, it's only rotted up to here. Sorry for all the weird noises. I'm so sorry. I realize how annoying that could be. I'm sorry. I'm attempting to remove the rot and then keep the rest. I think I am going to move this to the next prop box. The goal is to consolidate all of these into one and remove and pot up stuff that needs to be potted up. We're going to give this one another chance. Yeah, this is solid. Okay, we're going to keep you, whomever you may be. This one, so this chunk isn't rotted, guys, but it just has so much gross stuff crawling on it, and the plant already grew from it, so I feel like it's done its job. It served its time. Okay, I remember. I'm like, why do I have so many Splendids? I did get a Splendid from a mystery box, and that's probably where this Splendid is from, because this is my most recent prop box that I made when I did that wish list mystery box. So that makes sense as to why I have another Splendid. We already have one that looks way better than this, and it's potted up. So I'm gonna let that one go. And then I think we're gonna throw this chunk out because it already gave us this. All right, that was easy. Gross, but easy. I like this container though because it's clear, and so it gets light from all angles. Let's have some chunky perlite in there. Maybe I should chop it and pot it up into 3. I love these scissors. These are good quality scissors. Temu. Who knew that Temu was gonna come through? Oh, yep, here's the fuzz. It's a Genevieve for sure. There's the fuzz. Okay. I would like to put this in a larger container. I really, really would, or only put one. All right, we're gonna do something of that nature. Again, I'm putting this into chunky perlite because the roots are not developed. I think I'm doing a good job at not wanting to hold on to everything, but now, not that I just throw them away carelessly, I guess I'm just better at taking care of them, that I'm not having to rescue plants as much, and then maybe I'm just, you know, able to let go of plants more now. I don't know. Just thinking out loud. This looks wild, but we're gonna let it live. We're gonna let it do its thing. I think if this can grow out a little bit more to something a little more presentable, this could be a nice trade. This Genevieve, it's not a very popular plant. Not sure why. All right, our last and newest prop box, which I'm most excited about because look at this little baby. I swear, I really, really appreciate growing anthuriums from little tiny babies. This is my first time having a chunk. I've always just had a seed, but look at how satisfying this cute little thing is. I love it. So I do want to get this out of here. One of these is, I said I wasn't gonna forget, and I did. I'll have to go back to the video of when I unpotted these. This is something wild like a cream splash. I do remember that, the Philadelphia cream splash. This is some sort of, I don't know, but it's putting out a leaf, so I'm gonna leave it in here. It is kind of getting a little caught though. Let me see something. Yeah, it's too tall. All right, so we're definitely gonna pop this up. Kind of would like to put this in a medicine cup, but I'll put it here. And I'm gonna do chunky perlite for this as well. Oh, did I say what this was? It's a clarinervium. How cute is this little piece? Oh my gosh. I'm putting it up pretty high just because it's not very stable. And being that it's chunky perlite, I think it's gonna be okay. I just won't put the water all the way up to the stem. I'm only gonna put the water up to the bottom of the chunk, which is about, okay, you can see the bottom of the chunk there. So I can put a little drop more. And that should, oh, that was too much. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay. And then, man, I wish I remembered. I know off the top, like, I know if I just think for a little bit longer, I'll figure out what it is. This would be perfect for a little medicine cup. I thought I kept some, but apparently I didn't. But I'm gonna do a layer of chunky perlite at the bottom, and then we're gonna do this like this. What's gonna happen is, with this being so chunky, if I only use this chunky perlite, even if there's water down here, the top is gonna dry out so much, just like how leca would, that it's not gonna do anything for the plant. It's just gonna dry out and die. So I want to prevent that, because I don't remember what this is, but I'm pretty sure I got it from the second mystery box that I did. So I'm going to use this. All right, so that's good, because this little perlite holds on to moisture a lot better than the chunky one. But I like the chunky perlite for a little bit larger props, because it gives you great aeration along with holding moisture, just not as long as the little perlite. Oh, this has holes in it? You've got to be kidding me. Oh, yo. Tight. I'm so tight. This has holes in it. Oh, and I don't have another container. Oh, I know what I have. Okay, so we have this thing here. We're gonna use this. I'm so annoyed at myself for that. I'm pouring, like, why is it not filling up? I'm a loser. So this is gonna end up being a mix of chunky and regular. It's fine. That's good. It's actually perfect. And so there's actually still, there's a corm in here that I'm trying to revive. And so I'm hoping that, I mean, I see a little root, but okay, that's nothing. It has roots, it's forming roots, and it's not squished. So I'm gonna put it back and let it mind its business. Clearly it wants to be somebody. Cover this back. Let's put this in here. Maybe, to see if there's any bugs crawling on it. No, okay. So we'll put this in here, unknown. There's also other unknown node in here. It looks really good though, so we'll leave it. Let's see if it's gonna try to be somebody. All right, so I'm gonna put this back on my shelf. It's kind of tall, but I'm gonna let it stay there. I'm gonna put this back on my shelf. Does this look like the sheath is rotted and that there could be a leaf under here, but okay, it's just rotted. That's fine. I'm gonna take it off. Okay. This is the tiniest node ever received in my life. Ever. Okay. That was kind of quick and easy, which I don't mind. So that's it for this little quickie. We got a couple of props out of that, not too many, which I'm happy with. And like I said, I feel like I had a lot of dupes in there anyways. I think I'm most excited about this Clarinarvium. It's just the cutest little anthurium leaf that you've ever seen. So hopefully it does well. I feel like I've heard that people have mixed reviews on this plant and that some do well and some do not. So I have a feeling it's gonna be okay though, because that leaf popped out so quickly. And I usually am kind of okay with baby anthuriums. I've not grown one from a chunk before, so that's gonna be a first. I'm gonna find out what the mystery idea of this plant is. I think I have it somewhere. And then we got the Enjoy looking good as well. I think this is gonna be fine because I have another pothos in Leca and it loves life. Oh, Genevivianum also looks good. I don't want to grow this to keep it. I want to grow this to look decent enough to give away or trade because I think it'll be a nice one. It's not seen that often, I feel like, so I think this will be a nice one to give away to somebody. And then this one as well, the possibly splendid or majestic. For this one, I'm really just interested to know what it is. So I want this to grow out so I can see what the heck is it, and then again I'll find some kind of trade or swap of it to give it away to. I really feel like it's a splendid because it has the red backs. What if it's a varicosum? I don't think I had any varicosum nodes though, especially not this many. Now that I'm thinking about it, it's looking very varicosum-ish. You guys are probably screaming at me on the screen like, it's a varicosum! Let me know in the comments what you think it is. But thanks for hanging out with me to clean out these prop boxes, and I will see you in the next one.